the frozen truth behind artificial snow. So I am a skier, and lately I've noticed that more and more ski resorts are using artificial snow to supplement their natural snow and to just open earlier. And so I've seen these like throughout British Columbia, Montana, Idaho, Washington. So it's really widespread, and the research I have done has also shown that it's very widespread. So all this artificial snow has made me wonder about the resources needed to create the snow in energy and water, and also the environmental impacts that it has. So through my research paper, I have been looking at how artificial snow impacts the environment and climate change, and looking at possible solutions on how the ski industry needs to alter their practices to be more environmentally friendly. Artificial snow is not as fake as it sounds. Like, the name sounds like it's pretty fake, but it's not really. It's really just made out of water that's crystallized, but it is used. A bacterial catalyst is used to make the snow freeze quicker. So, according to Lagerfeld, in a study where they studied how artificial snow is made, they found that this bacterial protein has been added, and it just makes the snow freeze at a higher temperature. And the study looked at the different environmental impacts that this bacterial protein has, and it didn't find anything major, but it does come from a bacteria that is actually toxic to plants, so that is a concerning thing. And this diagram right here shows kind of how natural snow looks like versus artificial snow. And artificial snow is a lot more dense and can be a lot more wet than normal snow. And yes. Okay, so snow guns. These are what are used to throw out the snow onto ski hills. And what's here on the right is like a typical snow gun. And it's really portable and easy to use and very powerful. And then here on the left is another type of snow gun that's a little bit older, and it has this big pipe that lets you distribute it out into the air. And it is older and not as efficient, and this is what most ski resorts have right now. Most of them haven't upgraded to the newer technology, which is concerning. So, some concerns towards artificial snow. One major one is the water needs. According to Yvette, about 3,000 cubic meters of water is required per hectare of hill. So that equates to about 40 swimming pools per normal ski run. So that's a lot of water needed to be used, and it just is taking from the natural water sources in the mountain. Also, energy. There's a lot of energy needed. According to Brown, about 40 gallons of diesel can be used per hour to make artificial snow, and that's kind of a maximum number, but still it really throws into perspective how much of energy is being used. And these are all a bunch of other concerns with artificial snow. Another major concern is the purity of the water used for artificial snow. Some water, like the water with the bacterial proteins, is not very pure, and then even now they are starting to use reclaimed wastewater for artificial snow making, which brings up some major ethical concerns. So with the water, there has been a ski resort in Arizona that has started to use this reclaimed wastewater, and the New York Times wrote an article, "Resort snow won't be pure this year, it'll be sewage." And the main point of this article is the Navajo Indians in Arizona have land rights to this land as well, and when the sewage water is being used to make the snow, it's actually like dirtying their sacred land, and it has produced like a big opposition towards artificial snow. And then this article was by Powder Magazine, which is a skiers magazine, and it really brings into perspective for skiers the actual effects that artificial snow has. So some local examples. Great Divide opened on November 9th this year, which is super early, and it didn't open with any natural snow. It was all artificial snow. And then just this last weekend over Thanksgiving, my local ski resort, Schweitzer, in northern Idaho, opened, and this is a snapshot of what the ski hill looked like. And as you can see, there's no natural snow and just all this artificial snow that was made. So some solutions to this major energy consumption and water problem with artificial snow are balancing the energy use. So resorts can use solar panels, use renewable energy to really offset their um, environmental concerns. Also, some restrictions can be made on dates or certain temperatures that are allowed to make snow, and then also water quality and source restrictions, and then ski resorts can also alter their investments. So this was a big a big one that I was researching. According to Dan, in an article that they wrote in a cost benefit analysis in Austria, ski resorts need to alter their investments to do more summer production or other ways of making money that's not only dependent on natural snow due to climate change and just the feasibility of artificial snow in the future. So why does this matter? According to the National Ski Areas Association, 88% of ski resorts in the United States use and make artificial snow. So this is a huge number of resorts. The winter tourism economy, it makes 75,900 jobs per year and about $2.9 billion. And this was all done through Burkowski's study. And this is a graphic of all the different jobs and numbers that the ski tourism industry makes around the United States. So this affects a large portion of the United States, a large portion of the economy, and a lot of people. And it just really matters to everyone. So through my study, I have wanted to increase the awareness of this practice throughout skiers and throughout the general population because it kind of flies under people's radar. And also a more general application of this can be to be more skeptical of the practices you see every day that you thought were okay, but they might actually not be okay. Thank you.